Hey y'all, it's your girl T back with another live. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by my channel. Please consider checking out all of the other content on the channel, liking the channel, subscribing to the channel, possibly becoming a member, checking out all of the other content on the channel, leaving me a comment because I do answer every single one of them. I do love interacting with you all. For my returning members and subscribers, welcome back, fam. Welcome back. You already know the vibe. All right, y'all. So I have some supplies. Okay. So I have four fat quarters, a composition notebook from the Dollar Tree, and I also have a Dollar Tree Jots. I think Jots clipboard, right? So we're going to take our stickers off of our clipboard. I don't know that it'll really cause a problem, but just to be safe. And then we know that these came from the Dollar Tree because we have it right there. And then this right here is also the Jot brand from the Dollar Tree, right? So just take off all your stickers. It may be an OCD thing, but hey, there it is. So you're going to need whatever you want to cover from the Dollar Tree. You're going to need your iron. You're going to need you a pressing pillow. You're going to need you some fat quarters, and you are going to need you some Heat and Bond Ultra Hold. Okay, Heat and Bond Ultra Hold. I got this one from Hobby Lobby. This is the no sew kind. Okay, so there is two different kinds. You have one for sewing and one for actually fusing together or heat. Okay, so we're using the no sew version. So first thing you want to do is iron your fat quarters. Okay, so I'm going to use this one on our notebook. Welcome in, y'all. Happy, what is today? Thursday. I'm so lost with the days of the week. It's terrible, right? Terrible. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just tearing this off, and that's one thing about the Dollar Tree. They do have their fat quarters wrapped nice, neat, and tight, and I love that. All right, so we do have our iron on. And y'all, I'm going live early today because this is making up for yesterday's live since the weather would not let me be great. Hopefully everybody that is in the path of the storm is okay. We regained power somewhere around 1 or 2 a.m. this morning. Then I immediately had to jump up out of my sleep because I heard all of these lights and clicking and noises coming on. So I'm like, what is that? And quickly realized that the power was coming back on. So got up and turned everything back off because you don't want to be paying for lights that you are not using. Okay. So we're just going to, and this is, no, it's not a directional fabric. I thought this was directional, but it's not directional. All right. So what we are going to do is we're going to set this aside and we're going to cut off our salvage, okay? And I'm just going to turn it this way. I'm going to lean up against it and I'm going to grab my ruler. Okay? Always cut off your salvage. And these fat quarters are like 18 by 21, okay? From the Dollar Tree. And all I'm doing is cutting off that line of salvage. Just make sure your blade, your rotor cutter, your scissors, whatever you're using. But specifically, if you're using a rotary blade, make sure that, look at that, sheesh, that you kind of butt it right up against it, and it'll help with that fraying. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our fabric. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely not directional, so that doesn't matter. All right, so you take your fabric and you're going to flip it over the pretty side down, okay? Then you're going to take your heating bond and you're going to take the glue side of your heating bond and you are going to use some scissors if possible. Oops. I'm just going to take this like so, and I'm just going to go down, making sure to miss my pressing pillow, because you do not want to put a hole in that. And I'm just going to go down, and I'm going to take my scissors and just cut the rest of this off right there. So boom, you should have something similar to this. And let's get our tool up. Hey, Precious Princess. Hey, how are you? I'll send you the tracking number for your package, okay? All right. So, now what we have is we're just going to take our iron and we're going to iron this heating bond on our fabric, okay? Now, if you have any on the outside that is extra, make sure you go and you cut that off, okay? You want to cut that off because you're going to have some excess at the bottom and you're going to need to cover that, right? So you want to make sure that this is nice and neat, right? Nice and neat. Ooh, mercy. And then I know that down here is where we should be able to take off some of this excess that we have. And you don't want to get this heating bond on your iron, so pay attention to where you're ironing at. Ooh. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this over. Not roll it over, but let's not knock the mouse down. I'm just going to slide this off, and I'm going to use my ruler, and I'm going to cut this excess heating bar off, and I'm going to place it at the bottom of my fabric where it is lacking heating bar, okay? So that's what we're going to use to fill in that gap. And you still may end up having to cut off another little piece, but the point that I want you to get is get as much out of it as you can. And we're definitely going to have to add some more, and I'm okay with that. But that excess, we want to make sure that we cut off and iron on. Okay? How y'all doing out there today? Woo! And it's going to be good and hot. So, and I do mean good and hot. Oops. And I got that on my pressing mat. Better on my pressing mat than on my iron though. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off just a little bit more of this heating bond off of this side. Hopefully I didn't iron too much of it off, but here we go. All right. And that little piece ain't gonna work. So we're just gonna go ahead, cut us another piece. And we won't need very much. Hey, oil on there. Chill out, please. Thank you. We won't need very much, but we're going to cut this out. All right. And you want to keep your heating bond away from your iron. Okay. So all I'm doing is just I'm going to kind of measure like so. So I know like about right here I can cut off, and we're going to iron that piece down. Yep. Up design taker, hey. Y'all about to have y'all some free Frenchies in a minute because they in here making too much noise. Alright, so we got that part. Now I'm just going to kind of fill in my gaps here. I mean, you don't have to be like perfect, but you at least want to make sure that you have a good amount of adhesive where you need it to be, right? Okay. And I still may have to cut off. I am going to have to cut off some more. And what we're going to take this fabric and do, it's a cute little way to jazz up your. Now what we're going to do here is we're just going to cut off a little strip, probably about this long and this wide, but it's a good way to jazz up a notebook and a what's the word I'm looking for? I need to take off a little strip of this right here. A notebook and a Lord, I can't get the word out my mouth. I'll hold it up in a minute because I can't get the word out my mouth. Clipboard. Jesus. Jeez, that took a long time to get that out. Okay. Alright, so now that we have all of this covered, for the most part, okay, I'm going to have to get this glue off of here so we're not sticking in, but I'll wipe it down later. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, I'm going to start with the, let me accept this risk. Hey, Donzel. Hey, Rudy. Leave them alone. They making too much noise. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do, and I've already taken off my the little sticker that was right here. So you want to try and get front and back out of this, okay? You do want to try and get front and back out of this. However, and go as close to that edge as you can. Now right here where it has that curve at, you want to start cutting around at that curve. And then I want you to come on down, come around, because you want to try as close as possible, okay? As close as possible to get it to the close as possible to the shape, okay? And then all I'm going to do is just go in here where I didn't quite cut all the way, but I'm going to follow my trace, right? And I'm just going to go off like that, right? So now we have our first piece. Well, as soon as I cut it all the way off. All right, now I'm going to do this the lazy way. Okay, I'm going to do this the lazy way, guys. And what I mean by the lazy way is I'm just going to take my ruler and my ruler and my rotary blade, and follow that pattern. And if it doesn't come all the way out the first time, just kind of go back over it with your rotary blade again, and then you can use your scissors. Okay. And then I'm just gonna follow that line that I've already cut. Alright, so I did pretty well. I have my front and back out of that particular fabric. So what we're going to do now, and we'll cut those corners. We'll cut those corners off. Alright, I think this piece was the front. Okay, or the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to line these up. Boom. Alright, so unpeel the backing from the, okay, this is not all the way stuck together because you want to make sure that it is stuck. Like, you want to make sure this thing is glued, so that when you peel this off the back, you want to have that glossy shine, right? Okay, you want to have that glossy shine, and we're going to make sure that that stays on there. So let's check it and see, do we have our glossy shine yet? So, that's what I said. I know I picked the thing up off the floor when it fell. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. See how we got that glossy? I don't know how good the camera is, but we got that glossy shine. Now what we're going to do is, like I said, this is not a directional fabric, but I'm going to just put it in what looks the best. Okay, so we'll go with it this way. And we're going to lay this down, right? And I didn't cut that quite even. So wait a minute, let's double check. Okay, I didn't cut it quite even, but it'll work for what we want it to do for the moment. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our iron and we're going to iron this on. Okay, we're going to iron this onto our clipboard. Now you could take you some scissors or an X-Acto blade. If I can, oh yeah, I got an X-Acto blade. I should have one right here. And I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that. Now while you got your iron on its base, just make sure you see a light. I'm going to leave that just like that. because I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do once we finish. Okay, this one is not all the way ironed either, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that we get it ironed, because we need it to be ironed very, very well. Woo. And for this heat and bond, you definitely need a really, really hot iron. Okay? Alright. So we're going to fan that a little bit, because that bad boy is hot. Hey, Up Designs. Oh, I already said hey, Up Designs. I thought, oh, that's Precious Pieces saying hey, Up Designs. Okay. I got it together now, y'all. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this back off. And we are looking to see that we have that glossy back like I just showed y'all. And we do. So ironing is key here, okay? Now really for the front, what you do, I got this just right at the bottom. Just right at the bottom, and I'm going to pull this over just a little bit to this side. And the whole point of this as well is it should line up. When you can cut straight, it lines up. But you know, when you like me, you can't cut straight. It don't always line up. But that's okay. That's okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press this on here. And what you want to do, see how I'm going around where the clip is, and you're just going to keep ironing this down so you know that it's stuck, okay? And then you're just going to kind of feel. Now, let's see if my feeling skills are going to be right today, okay? I'm just going to try and go right up against this, right up against it. And if your cutting skills, hopefully they're better than mine, okay? Hopefully they are better than mine. Oops, look at that. I almost took my whole finger off. Did y'all see that? All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to try to follow around that cut that I already have. And I just want to be real, you want to be real gentle, okay? You want to be real gentle. Now, like I said, ideally, your cutting skills are better than mine. But the point of this is to show you how to do it. Ooh. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to iron these little parts down. And off of this extra piece that I have, normally you wouldn't need to do this because you're going to cut straight, okay? So you won't need to do this. You won't have to piece yours together because your cutting skills are going to be better. They're going to be better than mine, okay? Your cutting skills are going to be better than mine. And then we're just going to cut this part off. And then I'm just going to bring this piece right about in here. And I'm going to iron that down. Hey, honey. Okay, I love you too. Yeah, precious pieces. You could do this for a you could do this for a journal too. You sure could. But the other one is going to be a the other one that we're going to do this on is going to be a composition notebook. And like I said, y'all cutting skills are going to be like so much better than mine, okay? But y'all know I already told y'all I didn't art was not my thing. I didn't like art. I didn't pass art. And I was not kidding. Couldn't cut straight. But anyway, so we're doing some we're patchworking right now. We're patchworking right now. And hopefully you won't have to patchwork, right? Because yours is going to be nice and flat and all of the things. All right. So now, in an ideal world, okay, in an ideal world, not T's world, apparently, because, I can't cut straight. Okay? I can't cut straight. But in an ideal world, you would have a little bit of excess and you would just cut that excess off to the best of your ability, right? So let me all right. And then I'm just going to try and go around those corners, even though I know it's not even like I want it to be, but we've already discovered that. Okay. And then like when this dries all the way, now you could fold this over. It's going to be a little bit of the excess. Like I said, if you can get it all the way off, you can either iron it over to cover that whole bottom, or you could just cut it off, right? Well, I probably should have left it, but I didn't, and that's okay. So we're just gonna iron it across, and we're gonna go across this back up here, over it again. But let's see here. Okay. So the idea of this is to cover front and back with a piece of fabric. Okay. So we did that, but as you can see, I cut it too short right here. That's okay. I can go back later, add a piece of fabric, and it'll be just fine. Super, super cute idea. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, I know that I don't have enough of this left to do a front and back on this notebook. I mean, it probably would give me, one, but it's not going to give me all. So what we're going to do is we're going to iron us another piece of fabric. And where did I put it at? Y'all, when right here looking at me. When I say can't find my brain today, can't find my brain. All right, so here we go. And I have my heat press on already, y'all. I'm going to press, at least I think I am. At least I think I am, if I can get a hold to the, oh yeah, I can get the shirt. The shirt is right there. Okay. So I made my little designs in Cricut design space. I'll show y'all. All right. Let me grab the shirt from right here right quick while we're waiting on that. There we go. All right. So we have us a little sublimation shirt right here. And then we have two of our, but I'm only going to press one. We have like our little viral, oh wait, do I have that upside down? I do. We have our little viral breast cancer split designs, and this image is made in AI. Okay, image is made in AI, and then I went and added my words to do the viral split. So we will do that as well. Okay, so let's finish ironing out our fabric for our notebook. Okay. And hopefully, y'all, hopefully, I can get my measuring skills to act right, okay? Hopefully I can get my measuring skills to act right. Now, this is a directional print. This right here is a directional fabric. And when you have a directional fabric, again, it is very important to make sure that you have that fabric going the way that it needs to go. Okay? And this will work out just fine for me right here, hopefully, because this is 17 inches wide. Let's see, do we have any? They actually did pretty good. There's not any salvage to really worry about. Oh, no. It's still, we're going to have to cut some off. Okay? And y'all, I got this heating bond. This heating bond was actually on sale. This stuff is normally like $12.99 for this big roll, as they like to call it. And I got it for like $7 or $8. All right, so let's cut this off, because we're going to use this excess at the top. Hey, Mia, welcome in. Nice to have you. All right, so what we're going to do is cut this part off, and then we're going to use that part. All right, so now we have our top piece lined up, but we know that it's not even because it's not wide enough, so we'll have to add a piece. How did I let that slide down? We'll have to add a piece for that, okay? And we're just going to iron this on. Now I can feel that my iron has cooled down somewhat, so I'm just going to let it come on. Woo! And this is the ultra hole, but I don't know that it's really ultra in right now, but we'll let it be great. Okay, so we're just going to iron everything down just as we did for the clipboard. I don't know why that word is so hard to say today. I don't know, but it is. Like every time I go to say it, I forget what it's called. I don't know if that's a good or if it's a good or if it's a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So now we're gonna set that back on there. And we're going to cut down. Let's see how wide. You don't need this very wide at all. So okay. All right, so I got a little cut right here, and I'm just gonna follow it down. And you'll have to do this on both sides. I wish they made wider heating bond, but to my recollection, it doesn't come wider than 17 inches, at least in Hobby Lobby. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna carry on. Like so. All right. I'm gonna make sure it's over. Now, if y'all want to see how I made the viral split design, just let me know in the comments. I know it's been going around, but if you would like to see me make it, just let me know in the comments, and I'll show you how I did mine. Everybody does this little viral thing a different way. So I did make mine in Cricut Design Space. I haven't really tried it. Well, I started making it in Leonardo, but I haven't finished. It's a different version than the one we're going to press right now. Okay. All right. So we have this entire side covered. Now what we're going to do is just flip it over on this side. We have a few pieces right here that we need to cover. Okay. Few pieces right here. This kind of reminds you of patchwork. When you're doing this, it reminds me of patchwork because essentially we are patching this together so it will give us the glue that we need and where we need it at, right? Okay. And we're just going to go down like so. And then we need a kind of narrow piece right here. And then we will be ready to cut this out. We'll be ready to cut this out. All right. Sheesh, we got a little piece at the bottom because we want all of it covered, and I mean all of it. You want your notebook to be like very very even, organized, all of the things. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to grab our notebook. I got glue all over my nail. What do I do with our notebook? Okay. Hey, Miss Valerie. Y'all, I got to meet Miss Valerie yesterday, and it was such a pleasure. Hey, Mama Vi. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, and shout out to all of my members and moderators. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right. So this is a directional fabric. So we're going to, first of all, make sure we get it going the right way. And let me see. Okay. So all we're doing is, I'm trying to, all right. So that's what we're doing right here. I'm just going to take my rotary cutter. Okay. And I'm going to hold this. Well, I'm going to attempt to hold it, right? Attempt to hold it. All right. And we're going to cut. All right. And hopefully, I should have a little bit of overage, hopefully, okay? But yeah, me and Miss Valerie, we went to Axieland and we went to Aviva Wholesale yesterday. So that was really, really fun. Yes, it was. It was very nice. And of course, there goes the doggies, letting y'all know they in the building. Oreo, no ma'am. Okay. And hopefully my lazy measuring again, hopefully it will pay off. Hopefully. Alright. And now what I'm going to do is just go across here on this bottom. And then you have this piece of fabric and this piece of fabric that has glue on it. So the next time you want to heat and bind something like so, you have those pieces, right? Hey, stop. All right, there we go. So hopefully this will work out for us, y'all. Ooh, that split a little bit. All right, we're gonna see what this does for us. All right, boom, boom. So I don't want this. Let me get y'all back. Let me get in frame. All right. So I don't want this to cover. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let's go. Go home. All right. So I don't want this to cover the black line. I just want it to butt up right against that line. And y'all, that little piece right there is driving me bananas. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the rotary cutter and the ruler. All right. And we are going to making sure I'm in frame. Now, like I said, it's okay for this to be wider and have excess. I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is I kind of want to square this up. I don't like the way that looks. I don't really know that squaring it up is like a must, because whatever excess you have anyway, you're simply just going to take your scissors I want to stay right on that line that I cut. Okay. So we have our directional fabric, and it doesn't have to be directional fabric, right? So we're going to line this thing up, and we're going to cut off whatever excess we have left. All right. So there we go. We're going to peel off the back of this. And I forget where I saw this at, but I thought it was just such a little neat way to incorporate okay. And remember, I mean, you could cover up that whole piece if you like. You could do that. But I don't want the whole thing covered up. And remember, it's not permanent until you put that heat to it. So before you put the heat, just make sure you have it where you want it to be, right? Okay. I think I'm going to be okay with that. And my iron is it's hot. Okay. And I'm just going to iron this on like so. And remember to get this, and we're going to do the same thing on the back. But now if you want to iron those edges over, you can. But I'm just going to use my scissors and pretend that I know how to cut. Okay. Or you could use an X-Acto knife, rotary blade. Let's see what I can do with this rotary blade. Okay, when you get to that corner, just kind of, it's easier said than done. I will tell you that much. Okay, and then you're gonna do the same thing right here. Again, it's what? Easier said than done. Okay. And if you're one of those people that can cut straight, teach me. Please teach me, because that is not a skill God gave me, how to cut straight. Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of go like that at an angle. And I'm just gonna go back right across where I've already cut. Okay. And let's see, do we have it all the way off? Almost. Almost. And then remember what you do in the front, you have to do in the back. Alright, and then I'm just going to cut around here like so. And I'm just going to follow that where I've already cut. Alright. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll just go back over it really quick. So that came out. My new friends, I am Mama Vi. I had no power last night. And we are we're still in the line of fire. So I hope but I hope not to lose power again, because baby, I did not like that. I was mad. I was supposed to go live. Couldn't go live with y'all. So that's our front. Okay. Now we're gonna take our back and we're gonna repeat the same. Let me go ahead and take off this excess glue that I see hanging off, because you don't want this stuff on your iron. You do not. Okay. Don't ask me how I know. Just know that I know, okay? Just know that I know. But yeah, y'all. And I have a little here. I will. Thank you, Mama Vi. I'm going to try to go live again before the storm comes, because I have some things I want y'all to see. So I mean, I kind of got like two options. I could just stay on here longer, or I could split it up into two lives. I don't know. All right. So again, directional fabric, and we want to make sure that. Let me see when I lay that down. Okay, yeah, that matches. Just had to make sure it matches. All right, so I'm gonna turn this sideways to me, guys, so that I can see. And as soon as I finish, I'm going to show y'all. Right? I'm gonna show you. And the key with this, the heat and bond, like I said, your iron needs to be really, really hot. Even though it says ultra hold, in my experience in using this, and this is just me, but in my experience, when my iron is not really, really hot, it leaves me problems. Or it causes me problems. It doesn't leave me any problems, but it most certainly causes me a few. Okay? Causes me a few. Alright, so I have that. Now I got that a little, I want it like flush up against that line. You can make it go over a little if you'd like. And again, remember, it's not permanent until you put it down. Once you put that heat to it, then it's permanent. You can move it around like this. All right, I'm going to just make sure my iron gets some heat. Thank you, Donzel. All right, so we're going to iron this part on. And I already have my big heat press on for this next little part that we're going to do. And like I said, it's that viral split design. Everybody has been showing how to design. But if you want to see how I design mine, let me know and I can show you how I designed it. But for right now, we're just going to press one of the designs on a shirt. And okay. All right. Now, I'm just going to, again, take my rotary blade. Okay. And remember, you'll have to straighten, you'll have to still go back on the back side and cut off there as well. I don't want this stuff tangled up in my rotary cutter either. I know my big old head is in the way. Bear with me. And you don't want to cut your finger trying to get it so close either, so I'll deal with that part in just a second. And I'm just going to follow that line that I cut with the rotary cutter. Now I kind of jag those edges just a little bit. So let me see if I can take my, oh Lord. No idea where I put the rotary, the X-Acto knife. I just saw it, or thought I saw it. Oh, here it is right here, looking at me. Okay. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to go around. Doesn't matter which brand X-Acto knife you use. The one I have today just happens to be a Cricut brand. Okay. But Okay, and you just want to make that as even as you possibly can. And I'm gonna try to go down right here and take off this little excess right here. And you always want to make sure that that you are careful when using those tools. So this is what we have here on our front. This is what we have on our back. Now you could take it a step further, okay, and use like some something that's polyester, like 100% polyester, and you could sublimate a composition notebook and put like a name, a class, any of that here. Use your Cricut or whatever cutting machine you have to cut it out, right? So, and I probably could use the and cut that down, but I'll do that later because I want y'all to see this other thing. My self-healing mat is like a 36 by 24, 36 by 24, 36 by 48, something like that. All right, so here we did a clipboard, and on the back, I didn't cut my fabric all the way even, but we did us a clipboard. It's functional, okay? So we did a clipboard with fat quarter from Dollar Tree, and we did us a composition notebook from Dollar Tree, okay? And like I said, you could take it a step further with this notebook and throw your design on it. You might even could, if you didn't want to use the sublimation process, you could also take you some vinyl, okay? Take you some vinyl. I'll probably send that notebook to my niece. All right, so the next thing that we have that we're going to do is, this is my my design. I think what I should have done, I could have increased my my offset a little thicker, but I still think it looks okay. And then this design was made in not this part, not the slicing part, but what I forgot to do when I did it, I forgot to go back and put my box over it. Y'all know what? I got it on my computer right here. Hold on. So I have my MacBook right here, and I could quickly reprint that. Let's put my box over it. All right, and Cricut Design Space. Oh wait, did I save this? Oh, my stuff. I forgot to put my box, which you don't really have to have the box there, but let's see what I can do with it real quick. And I'm going to customize this. Yes, I want to cancel the cut because I'm not cutting it. But then if I put a box over it, I may not need my box, y'all, because this is in Cricut Design Space. I think you mainly need the box in I'm gonna hold down my shift key, and then I'm going to I'm just gonna, yeah. So that doesn't benefit us on this one. So I did it right. Okay. So we're going to press this on, and then this was the other one that I made. And I got it upside down. Do I? I don't know. No, I don't have it upside down. So that's that one. But we're gonna press this one, and again, that design was made in AI. Okay. The design was made in AI, and then I added the slice type deal to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring our shirt over here. I am going to take the lint off of it. We're going to get us a fresh piece of stuff here. Lint roll tape. Okay. Alright. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let that take the moisture out. And while that's taking the moisture out, I'm going to get a piece of butcher paper. Oh. And I have a big roll and I also have a little roll. It doesn't matter the size that you get. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is, I ended up with a wrinkle there. I'm also going to tear this tag out because y'all know I'm going to what? Brand the shirt. So now I'm just going to fold it in half because that's how I'm going to get my center line. Sometimes it depends on if I lint roll it and then fold it in half immediately, and sometimes I don't. Like this time I did not because I had a lot of moisture that I could actually feel in the shirt. So I left it spread open first. Y'all. Alright. I am pressing at 410 degrees. I'm using what ink am I using? I'm using Cosmos ink, and their ink usually requires a higher temperature, or at least I find for me when I use a higher temperature. Let's square this. I should have just cut this to begin with, but I didn't. And guess what? Ooh. Why y'all ain't tell me I couldn't? Well, I already know I can't cut straight, but y'all was supposed to help me out and tell me I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just trying to square it up somewhat so that I can get it so that I can get it in the shirt. Because if I fold it, I don't want it to cause the print not to print right because I got it folded up. Let's cut some of this off too. Alright, hopefully this will work for us. We gonna see. Y'all don't mind me. I think I got a recording studio. Don't mind me. It's okay. I be thinking I have a recording studio and that I can sing, but I truly cannot. Alright, so there's that. And I'm going to make sure that I have our design the right way. Because we don't need them type of shenanigans. And my tape, where I put my tape at? Who knows? Can't never find two things that match, y'all. I bet you I took that thing and put it, oh, I got some right here. Not the one I'm looking for, but it'll work. I got some. Oh, dang, it's right here. Looking at me. See? Alright. And you want to make sure you got this center. So I'm just going to put a couple pieces of heat tape. I know y'all know, but I do have quite a few new people that has subscribed to my channel. So if you don't know anything about sublimation, make sure that you have your heat tape, heat resistant tape, because if you put any other kind of tape, it's going to melt and then your garment will be ruined. Okay? And you probably don't need all of that tape, but I'm a little extra. Okay. Oh, geez, that's heavy. Okay, and I'm also going to cover it with another piece of butcher paper, and then I'm going to put my my Teflon sheet over it as well. So I'm covering it with another piece of butcher paper, as well as putting a Teflon sheet over it. I have butcher paper in between the shirt and the design as well. I'm going to make sure I got a good bit of pressure, and we're going to let that go. Okay? We're going to let that go. In Delaware, have to have it on their bike. I've been a passenger on a motor bicycle many times and love it, but I wear a helmet every time. Yes. Definitely have to be safe out here. And we're just going to throw our trash away. I'm going to have so much to clean up when I'm done, per the usual. And I am letting that go at 142 seconds. Has anybody seen the Hemingway pouch design where you can make it for like your laptop, your computer, or any of that? We are going to sew that on the channel. We're going to sew that because I need one for my iPad. We're getting ready to go in the mountains for, oh my goodness, I got my thread all tangled up. We're getting ready to go in the mountains for Thanksgiving, and it'll also be my mama's birthday, God willing. But we're gonna go in the mountains, and I don't really want to carry around my bulky shindig for my iPad. So we're gonna make one. No, I actually thought you was just really telling us about it. But yes, you definitely have to be safe out here on a motorbike, on a motorcycle. I got a big old burn on the back of my leg from a motorcycle. Your phone being weird, baby, listen. Everybody's phone probably being weird right now, okay? It is it is about to be election time. It is a new iPhone has dropped. New Androids have dropped. So I can relate. Okay? Trust me. I can relate. But yeah, I just thought you was really telling us. That's all, darling. Okay. Now, be really careful when taking this up. And this is for anybody, the new folks, especially. Okay. That don't want to do right. The only thing about when I use this heat tape that I don't like is because it don't be wanting to do right for me. Now I do have a little bit of ghosting, real little bit. Woo! Okay. And that is a sub paper that I'm using. And we pretty much got all of our ink out of there. Pretty much. Okay. And here we go. God, faith, family, and football. So that is what we have. Delonda is on, and they were talking about a motorcycle accident. Oh, wow. Yeah, those motorcycles. Like I said, I got a big old burn on the back of my leg from a motorcycle, so I definitely know. But yeah, y'all. So that's what we have. So we made our viral split design. All of this right here is going to go in the trash. I'm going to show y'all. We have our thank you, Donzel. We have our fabric notebook that we did, and we also have our fabric clipboard that we did as well. So just another way to spruce up, your nieces, nephews, kids, whatever, grandkids, or even for yourself. You want to spruce it up and enjoy the longevity of it. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Miss Valerie. All right, y'all. So it has been my pleasure hanging out with you guys. Thank y'all for showing up and can keep showing y'all continued support. I definitely appreciate that. Like I said, I plan to try and go back live with y'all in just a little bit here shortly. I don't know that we're gonna sew that Hemingway pouch today, but our next project probably is gonna be some bling. Okay. Our next project is probably gonna be some bling. What we're gonna do on live next, I think, or we might sew something. I don't know, but I look forward to seeing y'all back in just a little while. So until next time, peace, be blessed, stay crafty. Y'all be safe out there. Catch y'all in the next one. I'm your girl T, and I'm out. Bye now.